What is up, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Samuel and I live in Louisiana. So today we're going to have a little bit different kind of a video. We're going to be comparing fake Apple EarPods to actual Apple EarPods. We're going to be seeing if the fake ones are actually worth it, if they're not, and which one's better. Let's get into it. Alright guys, like I said, we have gone full tech review style. We even have the vertical camera. So today we are going to be reviewing fake Apple EarPods versus real Apple EarPods. So first off, one of the first things I noticed is if you look at the Apple EarPods, they're round here. If you look at the fake ones, they're more rectangular, and you can see that very closely right there. Now, the Apple EarPods have the little outside. I don't know if this is called a speaker or what, but what it does is it gets some of the vacuum. It builds up a vacuum inside your ear so you don't hear this cable. And I guess these have that feature, but it doesn't work near as well as Apple's. And you can hear this cable move every single time. And one thing I don't like about these, look at the cable. It slides in and out of this. Now, on the Apple EarPods, you will notice that the cable does not slide. It is locked down, has a little rubber damper there. So that's one of the things. Going on to the little microphone and volume control. On the Apple EarPods, it has lower volume, increased volume, and then this is a microphone. On these, I guess it does not have the microphone feature because you only have two buttons. So, sorry, I take that back. You do only have two buttons, in lower volume, increased volume, and then microphone. But it's just not laid out quite as well as the Apple. It's a little harder to find which button is which when you just have them in your ears. If you look at the actual Apple EarPods, they have a little connector here, and it has a nice snap. You can almost hear it when you pop it out. Bam. And then on the fake ones, it has a little lower quality. You can tell it slides around easier. And you click it in, and then you pull it out, and it's just so easy to pop out. I mean, you look at it sideways, and the cable jumps out. That's how weak this is. And I'm getting them tangled up now. This one is labeled, or both of them are labeled which one is left and which one is right, which is handy. I don't really know if that's absolutely needed, but it is. It makes for a faster little identification there. Really, the actual Apple EarPods, their main speaker is just one little oval slit, and on this one, it is more complicated. I don't know if that helps it or not, but I cannot notice any sound difference speaker-wise. And they both have the extra speaker here. They're the same shape. And looking at the color, I don't know if you can tell this, but the fake ones are almost grayish, where the Apple ones are much lighter. Can you see that on camera? So that's one thing you notice immediately. Everything else is about the same shape. On these, though, this is more ovular, and this is almost a rectangle with rounded off ends. So Apple apparently likes more rectangular shapes with rounded ends, and the fake ones like more squared off shapes because this is squared and this is more of an oval. So I don't really know what to think about that. One thing I was surprised about is on the Apple EarPods, it's almost impossible to detect the seams, but on these you can see a very defined seam, and it doesn't hurt or cut your ear, but you can definitely tell it's there. So that's a little lower quality, which it's not bad, and you don't really notice it, but looking at it, you can definitely tell that it has a seam and that it's not made with the precision that the actual Apple EarPods first were. Now let's do a sound test. Alright guys, so now I've seen the differences of pretty much the design of them. Now let's do a sound test. So first off, we have the actual Apple EarPods. Gonna do a sound test. Alright. So, listening to one of my YouTube videos, the sound is very crisp. I mean, it's not blurred or it's not staticky. The sound is very crisp. I don't know if you could call it staticky, but sometimes you hear a sound and it's not perfect. But the sound out of the Apple EarPods is very crisp. Now, let's do a test with the fake Apple EarPods. Alright, so we have the Apple EarPod knockoffs, and we're going to do sound tests with them. Same video, same sound. Let's try it. So the sound out of these is not quite as crisp as the other ones. And one thing that I find kind of annoying is that they do not have what Apple uses, where it builds up a vacuum in your ear, and you can hear this cable moving every time you move, and the cable moves. You can hear it, and that's a little annoying, but not really if you're just sitting listening to a video. But if you're jogging or biking, I could definitely see that get annoying. And this little seam on the body of them does not really bother you, but you definitely notice it. So I guess the final comparison would be if you're just looking for a pair of Apple EarPods or knockoffs, you can either spend the $12 and get Apple EarPods, crisp sound, you don't hear the cable, and you can tell people, hey, I have actual Apple EarPods, or you can just spend the $3, get knockoff Apple EarPods, sound this good sound quality. It's just not quite as crisp as Apple. You can hear the cable, but if you're not going to be jogging or anything, that's fine. So I guess they're worth it, if depending on what you're going to be doing with them. So different users will need different ones, but in the end, I'm going to say that the fake Apple EarPods are not bad. They're just a little below Apple's level. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, drop a comment what I did wrong, any other videos you want to see, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, and share this video with your grandma.